Hey friends, how we all doing? Welcome back to my more normal stream. Last night, if any of you joined in, I was playing Lethal Company, like I said a few times yesterday. I do not intend to play video games on stream very often, it's just not my thing. I'm genuinely not very good at them. But it was just like occasionally here and there you'll get one or two if I don't have any art to stream that day, but I am primarily an art-based channel. So today I'm going to be working a little bit more on the RAF animation. I have a decent head reference that I'm going to use. I say decent because it's just one view, but that's completely fine. I know how to work with that, but I'm gonna work on solidifying his body and getting in some more of the volume that I was losing in my first pass. So this is, I'm approaching what is called the tie down stage, rather than the animation phase of it. So I just need to import the front view. Here we go. There he is. So that is essentially just going to stay there. And every once in a while, I'll just copy and paste it where it's needed. Yeah, nothing too high octane today. It's gonna be a really chill stream like always. So feel free to do work if you need to do work, or just hang out. It's not gonna be a lot of talking necessarily. I fully admit that I'm probably just gonna get lost in the sauce. So, yeah. Anyway, how is everyone doing today? How are we all? Oh, that would be helpful actually. I think this animation only uses the 3/4. This is actually the side view. If you have the other two, I'll take them. Cause yeah, and then I can just swap them out later. Oh, Pip, packing is awful. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm just gonna take a few more sips of my coffee. All right. I think I'll start with his body, maybe. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna be doing Saturday streams that often. It's just because yesterday I was busy during my normal stream time, and then I ended up doing the surprise stream, which was Lethal Company. So I moved the art stream to today, and my Monday stream might also be pushed to Tuesday, because I have a doctor's appointment on Monday and I don't know how I'm going to feel after it. Or at that, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. See, graph head. I'm in caps lock. 3/4. Oh, gotcha. I completely forgot about this piece. Let me download this one as well. I'm just making sure that I have all the right references in place. I like that Discord gave us the ability to save images directly from where they were sent instead of having to open them in a new tab first. Profile. You're all good. Photoshop is my enemy, and yet I only use it. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Alright, let's bring in my new references. Oh, Illustrator. Yeah, Illustrator's worse than Photoshop for me. I don't understand it. I've tried so hard, but Illustrator just does not make sense in my head. Alright, I'm gonna hide that for now because I just need this one. And then for his proportions, import. Oh, don't do that. Alright, and then I just need these two. I forgot to hit apply. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, dude, I get you. Procreate, I just have like a personal problem with. I think it's because I use Photoshop so often, and then and then Illustrator I just don't understand as well. So the first thing I want to do actually is make sure that I have his head correct on all of the keyframes. So in the ref, so just in this like layer itself, I'm gonna go through my original sketches. So I know this is a keyframe even though I forgot to mark it for some reason. And my next keyframe is here on this is a breakdown, sorry. So my next actual keyframe is here on 17. So I'm going to duplicate this drawing. And I can do so by just tapping this on the edge of the screen. Actually, it would be better if I just use the eraser tool. Yeah. And then I'm just going to move his head here and rotate it downwards. Let's see. This one, and then if I go up here at 31, I know I haven't moved it yet, but there's something weird that happens with TV Paint specifically. So I just want to make sure that I don't do that. And then put a new frame there because this frame is actually his side profile. So here. And I should move this down closer. Okay, now I can position them correctly. So here, I'm on the wrong layer. I actually did a decent job of keeping his head the same size the whole time. That's a little extreme. So now I'm just gonna go the same way that I did my like drawings the first time, which is just by my in-betweens. So turtle. I know some people who actually just like animate with the head first and then add the body later. And their animations come out really good, but I just don't understand how they do it. Like, I always have to start with the body. But I think it's because I learned to draw from the torso first, and they probably learned to draw from the head first. So it just makes sense. And so then the next thing I'll do is go in and kind of add my in-betweens. So this is a pretty clear drawing right here. Oh, that's actually on 4s. Okay. That's a 1, so I'll do that last. Let's do this one. Have I ever animated like this before? I have. Let's see, when have I done this before? I usually animate like this for, okay, so I take that, yes and no. I've animated like this a few times for projects whose style are very different from my own. And so the best way for me to do it was to copy and paste the head like from the reference and just animate the head and then do the rest of the body, because it was the head that I kept getting like comments to alter. And then I've done animation like this as well for a friend's thesis film, whose, like, their film had a lot more like limited TV style animation. And then I've done this before for like a lip sync animation I had to do in college for like a digital animation program or course. So I've done it before, just not with my own characters, actually. I think I've only exclusively done it with other people's characters. The best way, honestly, would be to have a program that supports tweening, like Toon Boom or Flash. Because when I get into these drawings here, these where I'm on 2s, like, you could easily tween that. but big steps from like here where I have 8 frames or 9 frames or 6 frames, you would see the slide. You would see it slide if you tweened it. So that's why I'm going in with manual keyframes. So here, here. This is another one actually. Okay, and then I need his head to start tilting down. I actually almost need this to be a lot higher up because his head, I want his nose to move into an arc. Up and then down, and it'll just, his head moving like that will give the whole body a lot more action. Actually, I need it to stay. His head like tilts down way too quickly. Oh no, I don't mind. I actually like animating like this a lot better. I do this anyway for the tie downs. So me having this like very clearly drawn PNG is a lot better than the like little sketch version that I do usually. I can actually... There we go. Oh, I didn't... I didn't hold this drawing. It just kind of pops in. There we go. The quality for you is fine. Like, it looks great. The problem is that TV Paint is not a vector-based program, it's raster-based. So as soon as I put this drawing in here, it gets really crunchy. I definitely want to be using Toon Boom for tie downs when we start actual production. But TV Paint is still my beloved for rough animation. So it's a me problem and a you problem, don't worry. The nice thing about having this head is I can actually continue to... Oh, I forgot to hit apply. I can continue to like tween and tweak it a little bit here without having to redraw anything. Oh, hell yeah. No, yeah. 1080p is perfectly fine. I think, eventually, like, the best thing to do is sorry, hold on, I'm stumbling over my own words. I will put this note on the style guide as well, so that it's not just like I say it, sorry, I keep stumbling over my own words. I will put this note on the style guide as well, but eventually it would be nice to have two versions of the heads. So one drawn, like ready to be used or ready to be copied and pasted from a full view, so like in this turnaround style, and then one like from more of a kind of probably under the bust line, so like right about where your rib cage ends to the top of the head, like that view, because no matter what program you're using, well, I mean, vectors are pretty good at resizing themselves, but in terms of like line weight, like your line weight will change whether or not you're drawing a character close up or far away. So in terms of line weight, it's much better to have those two versions, so that like if you're doing a close up or a mid shot, so waist up, we can use that closer head. And then if we're doing like full body or like establishing shots, so like super wide shots, then we can use that smaller turnaround head, if that makes sense. But for now, the quality is perfect, because this animation is just for practice. Where's his head? Oh, it's here. And so there will probably be like one frame in here that I draw by hand just to help the turn. But honestly, for some of the quicker actions, like we could probably get away with just like squashing and stretching between these two poses, or between these two faces. I think I have his profile a little bit too small, so I'll make sure to adjust that, but yeah, I think this frame here is either going to be, I will like hand draw it, or might be able to get away with let's see. No, I think it works. I mean, obviously we don't have the eyes on there yet. And this drawing could be a little bit more extreme to really sell that overshoot. Oh, you're all good. I think it was me. Like when I brought them in, I did not resize them in the same way. I just kind of eyeballed it. But I think once I get the facial features on there, it'll be fine. Hello, Zay. I'm just going through and adding in the head shapes on Raph's animation that I was working on Monday. Yeah, it's nothing too fancy. Just a quick kind of look at how the animation will go. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Okay, so now that I have the head in there, like I have a lot more to work with, and drawing the body on should be a little bit easier. I should label my layers. So I'm going to do my best to like keep my volumes as good as much as possible and then connect them to the heads to make the life of the cleanup artists a lot easier. So yeah. He's a lot. I've actually like sketched him out a lot bigger than he actually is, so I will definitely need to adjust that as I go. Oh wow. Okay, this is a lot different. That's my bad. Boom, boom, boom. So I will make little adjustments here and there just to make sure that the shoulders have some more like weight to them. And just a little bit of that shell. Oh my gosh, my dog does that too. If I cut an apple, she will bolt like from across the house to come find me. I do need to bring this elbow just away from the body a little bit. And then once again, in the same order that I did it the first time, I'm gonna just start tying down frames. So 23 is my next one. Stealing from the reference, the body. This is still kind of a 3/4 body, although his head's in profile. Awful. That's horrific. What the hell? I don't think you're supposed to eat receipt paper. Hello, Tune-Up. Okay, now that my keyframes are done, once again, time for breakdowns. So that's every frame that has a line under it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm having so much fun animating Raph. Like, he's my favorite turtle. I know I talk about him a lot, but it's because it's true. I know I unfortunately stream at kind of an awkward time, so I super don't expect anyone to always join, but thank you for hopping in. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to my sketch. Oh, it's because I missed a keyframe. Of course. Alright. Well, buckle up. Essentially what I'm doing is just taking the right proportions from the reference, moving to them to about where they need to be, and just redrawing areas that would naturally deform. Only a little. I know, I talk about my son a lot. I don't even know why I started calling him my son. Like, I don't know when that started. Okay, so the problem here is that the socket for the leg has moved up. Because I wasn't paying attention to my original... Or I was paying too much attention to my original sketch and not enough to my tie-downs. So, this widening of the legs in that frame, I almost want to keep. It's a very good squash and stretch moment. You can see how the leg sockets kind of open like this. Part of animating is knowing when to like break the model for the sake of rarity or clarity. I do not actually have a child, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, actually, I don't really particularly want children. I just refer to Raph Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know he has a last name, but I think it's funny to give characters last names that just match the source material. But I just refer to Raphael Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as my son. It's like that one TikTok that's like, Nikki, not every bitch could be your son. Why would you say that to me? It's like, Spork, not every version of Raphael could be your son. It's, why would you say that to me? Stretchy stretch. So ideally, I'd probably also make, I'd also probably make, wow, my brain's gone. The feet don't really move all that much. Ideally, I would probably make small vectors of the feet, because I'm not really paying attention to the shape of them as much as I should. So I'm gonna go back here and definitely lock the feet down a lot more. Spork Art Animator, exactly. My friends call me Spork Art, like as if Spork Art is my last name, or sometimes it's just Spork last name Art. Ideally, the feet only get rounded out when they leave the ground, so that it's very clear when they're sitting on a solid surface. I also think this foot is way too big. Oh, can you hear him in the background? He's just upset at nothing. I didn't realize the mic could pick up that much. Basically, I'm spending a lot- oh, I can hear him now. I'm spending a lot of time really making sure that my tie downs on my keyframes and breakdowns are like very clean. Or not just clean, but solid. I think this like bends in the wrong direction. Okay, that's a lot better. His arms are definitely way too big in this frame. They're probably only about this big. Oh wait, I wanted to keep his hands open. Oh, absolutely. Shading is so difficult. It's probably one of my, like, when it goes well, it's one of my favorite things to do, and when it doesn't go well, it is one of my least favorite things to do. Okay, now I can do that in between. Something I definitely want to practice is my, like, solid drawing skills. Because I rely way too much on, like, sketching. So one thing I'm doing right now is I'm actually tying down these drawings pretty slowly, and it's because, first of all, I'm not going to be cleaning this up. We actually are going to give this to some of the cleanup artists to practice. So I really want to make sure that I have enough information in my drawings to, like, for them to be able to clean things up well enough. And also, I want to give myself a really good like starting point, so that for what, yeah, or like let's say jumping point for the in-betweens, so that I don't have to be redrawing every frame. Because if I do this right, I should be able to reuse a lot, even in my tie downs, not just in my cleanup. So the body is going to be leading the action here, so I'm going to ignore my sketch just a little bit and allow the body to lead a little bit more. I might actually take the warp tool and just add a slight curve in the torso. So I think one of the problems is this arm is just too long. I was trying to use my original sketch just a little bit too much. Ideally, his arm is probably about this long, which would place this sketch about here. Good enough. Well, I hate to say good enough, but like that's... It's enough information for me to keep going. Yeah. So the last one I want to do is my overshoot, which is technically this one. Which the volumes are so wrong. His hands are way too big. And forearms as well. So since it's an overshoot, I'm pretty sure his body is trailing behind. No, his body should land first, actually. It's his head and arms that are trailing behind. So it'll be something like this. Boom, 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 boom. And so I want a little bit of squash and stretch on his feet. So his toe's gonna be a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And his heel as well. I am too. I love his design so far, so... Wow, that was the end of my thought, apparently. I could not even complete that sentence. So... Same with this foot. We're definitely gonna overshoot by quite a lot. I actually just want like a full-on straight line. Like that. And then this arm is going to overshoot. His head is way too far up. Yeah, his neck would be like so overextended. So let me alter this frame just a little bit. It still can, like, his neck can still be a little bit stretched out, just because this is going to be a very quick frame, but before it was way too much. And this arm is going to actually be dragging behind, so this arm is going to overshoot on the next frame. So overshoot doesn't necessarily mean bigger. And I could have a little bit of a problem, but we will see. Why didn't I? Oh well. So basically I wanted this like back arm and the head to drag behind the rest of the body. So that's why the overshoot is on a different frame. And it also just helps add like texture to the movement. Because the whole point of an overshoot is that nothing arrives at the same time. And so then you also have to offset your overshoot to convey weight and physics and all that jazz. I might alter the head a little bit because I think now that I've adjusted the drawings, his head doesn't like complete the line of action. But I think his body is a lot more solid. I see like 1 or 2 frames where the shell is off. I don't know. I think it'll look a little bit more solid when I take the sketch out. But for the most part, I'm almost there. Yeah, I don't have this like step yet, which I think is a big part of the motion. And also, there's no in between here. So let's add that one. And it is, oh, this is the in between, or this is the breakdown. Really? That's the breakdown? This should be the breakdown. I almost wonder if that's meant to be just a skewed drawing. So basically what I did is I just took the perspective tool and I skewed most of the body, and all I'm doing is changing the perspective on the leg sockets so that it's a little bit more accurate. And if I look at my sketch, this is where his feet are starting to come off the ground as well. So I'll leave one foot on the ground and then draw in the arms. So I've been saying it in my cleanup videos, but there's no shame in copying and pasting a frame as long as you warp or skew or adjust it in a way that follows your motion. So and you can hardly tell that I skewed it at all. Yeah, if you skew things, just make sure that there are points that you adjust, especially when it comes to perspective. Like I said, the way that the shell and the legs fit into the sockets, they're going to, that line is going to become more or less concave or convex as his body shifts in perspective. So one of the, like, part of making that look better is like this, like, I could even adjust this more. As he starts to stretch up, we're gonna see more and more of the top of his leg and less of his shell. So this is going to become what's called concave, because it goes inward like this. Or well, I guess it's convex because the parabola is pointing upwards. But still. That really helps it not look like I just skewed the same drawing. Even though you could totally tell because these lines right here are exactly the same. This one probably needs to be a new drawing. Although there might be parts of it that I could steal from the previous frame. Cool. So it was a little bit of a shorter stream today, especially because, like I said, I usually don't stream on Saturdays. But I at least got my keys and breakdowns tied down. Very likely I won't be finishing my tie downs on stream. I think I'll just do it on the side, and then, like I said, we're gonna have some of the cleanup artists on the project use this animation to practice cleanup. So I won't be doing cleanup. The next animation I'm going to be working on stream will either be... I think it's a Mikey animation. I think it might be Mikey's run. Or maybe it's Leo jump. I can't remember. I'll figure it out. That, or it's gonna be a personal project. We'll see. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. This project, for those of you who don't know, if you're in the chat and you don't know, this is for the TMNT Inverse fan project. All of the links to the fan project's socials are in the description. Please go check them out. It's an awesome project. I'm so excited to be a part of it. We are going to be starting production, I believe, in January or February of next year. For now, I am doing some animation tests and practices to get the designs down to get everybody ready. So yeah, again, please go follow those socials if you are interested in the project. And thanks for hanging out. My socials are also down there if you like my art and want to follow me. No pressure, absolutely none. I think that's it. I think that's like the whole outro thing. All right, well, I will catch you not Monday, but maybe Tuesday. I'll schedule it on my channel for whatever I'm going to be doing on stream. Have a good one. Thank you so much.